Welcome back, guys. Today, Real Madrid plays against Rayo Vallecano, a team that started off the season extremely good. They were third place in La Liga at one point. I think after the first 10, 15 games, maybe they were up there. So they're a team definitely capable of doing a lot of damage. However, in the past months in 2022, they've not done really well. They still have yet to win a game this year. So this puts a lot of pressure on Real Madrid. We need to not only win, but we need to have a good display. We're still, I think, yet to have a good, solid performance in this 2022 year. So today might be a really good opportunity. With that being said, I'll see you guys at the end of the first half. What's up, guys? Welcome back to El Merengue Culé. As you can see, I'm not currently at the studio, in a different place, but the game still goes on. Unfortunately, no live reaction for those of you guys that are maybe new to the channel. We normally do live reaction videos to all of Real Madrid's games and also Barcelona whenever we can. Then we just do a recap like this one. So this is currently being recorded after the first half, and sensations are very, I would say, not positive in the grand scheme of things. I think Real Madrid is really lacking a lot of control in this game, and it was really frustrating especially those first 30 minutes of this match, seeing how the midfield is just not capable of controlling the ball. The game was so open, the game was so back and forth. Rayo Vallecano actually having slightly more possession, in my opinion, than Real Madrid, creating the more dangerous chances. I think in the grand scheme of things, Rayo Vallecano created more chances in the first half than Real Madrid. Yes, Real Madrid can say that they're playing in a very tough stadium. This stadium in Vallecas is a very small stadium with the fans surrounding really close to the field. And also apparently the field conditions are really bad. But nonetheless, it's not an excuse for Real Madrid to be playing, in my opinion, so bad. Like I said, Modric, Toni Kroos, and Casemiro not being able to control the ball. I don't want to bring up the fatigue card again, but it's a factor. It honestly is. There's still lots of room to improve for the second half. As we know, mainly Real Madrid has been scoring most of their goals in the second half. It's almost like we've gotten used to them playing a really bad first half, coming out in the second half, and then delivering a solid performance. Will this always happen? I'm not sure. I hope this is another game like that. The main highlight, the main key play from this first half has been Casemiro's goal that got taken off by VAR. It was a nicely played cross into Casemiro, of course, who they ended up calling, I believe, offsides was the final call. They could have potentially also called a handball. They both, him and the defender, jumped up to head the ball. None of them headed the ball. The ball just kind of fell right at Casemiro's, feet. But in the process of falling, it looked like it kind of skimmed his arm, which I think would have been taken off regardless of if they called offsides or the actual handball. Nonetheless, we went up 1-0, but then it was taken out, and it still left us with that feeling of, if we don't play a good second half, this game is going to end up in either a 0-0 tie or Rayo Vallecano might score. Nothing from Vinicius so far. He's continuing in his poor form. Karim Benzema also trying, but not being capable of doing much. Asensio's the one that seems to be most inspired, trying things. We've seen him do a couple skill moves here and there, but once again, it's going to take a special moment either from Asensio with a good long shot, Vinicius Jr. if he wakes up. He's normally been playing the second half a little bit better, so I'm hoping so. And then Karim Benzema still needs to get a little more in form. All right, guys, I don't want to drag on the first half too much longer. Let's hope Real Madrid comes out there. Let's hope Ancelotti wakes them up, and we have a good second half. I'll see you guys at the end of the game. All right, guys, we returned from that second half, end of the game. Real Madrid somehow pulls off the victory 1-0. Let's kind of talk about chronological order, what happened until we get to that goal from Karim Benzema. Main thing that stood out to me from the beginning of the second half is Real Madrid did go out there with a little more control, but overall in the grand scheme, it wasn't that second half performance that I was talking about at the end of the first half, where I was like, we need to come out there and really turn it up. I don't think Real Madrid ever found that next step. However, this is one of the key moments that I think helped this Real Madrid team, and that is when Fede Valverde came in. Why did he come in? Because Casemiro, in a sense, not lost his mind, but came out with a very bad tackle. Honestly, he got the ball passed to him, gets a bad touch. The Rayo Vallecano player comes, takes the ball, and Casemiro was late to that ball and fouls him. That foul, in my sincere opinion, probably deserved a red card. He got very lucky that he didn't receive the red card, and overall the team, because the game would have completely changed with being a man down. In that second, Ancelotti realized that he needed to take out Casemiro because he was being very lucky to still be on the field. So I think that was the right decision from Ancelotti. Finally, we saw him make a sub before minute 70. I believe that was like around minute 65 when he took out Casemiro. And Fede Valverde, in my opinion, really brought the difference, which is something that we've been talking about the past games. How much Fede Valverde, how different, how much he's bringing to the team right now. Casemiro, Modric, and Toni Kroos are players that are very good, talented. They're super talented technically, but they don't have that explosion. They don't have that speed. They don't have that ability to bring something different to the game in terms of pace of game. And Fede Valverde brought just that. He had little flicks, flares. Obviously, would penetrate through defensive lines, just dribbling the ball. Just a lot of different factors that Fede Valverde brings to this team that were positive, and that little by little helped us get a little more control of the game. Aside from that, it also helped us get an idea of what the team is going to look like without Casemiro against PSG. Remember that Casemiro is now out against PSG due to yellow card accumulation. So it was good news to see the team perform a little bit better without Casemiro and with Fede Valverde, who will be subbing him. I kind of went on a little rant there about Fede Valverde, but I thought it was important to kind of analyze his what he brought to the game. From there on, I want to talk about, we get to the goal. It looked like it was going to be a game that was going to end up 0-0. I was, feeling pretty bummed out because even though the 0-0 result, in my opinion, probably would have been the right score in this game. Both Rayo Vallecano and Real Madrid had similar chances. Neither team was being able to fully capitalize on those chances created until we got a very a very fortunate play between, once again, Vinicius Jr and Benzema finding each other for Benzema to tap away and give us a 1-0 victory. 3 points that are huge for us, but I kind of want to stop there and talk a little more about Vinicius Jr. because before that goal, I was getting ready to honestly criticize him pretty heavily. I feel like for a large part of the season, because Vinicius Jr. has played so well, he's been untouchable, right? He's had many bad games in the past couple months, but because of the performance he had at the beginning of the season, we're staying away from criticizing him. However, at this point of the season, I think it's been 2 months of mainly bad performances in the overall game from Vinicius Jr. And I think it's time that honestly, he needs to be benched for a couple games. Not because he's a bad player, not anything like that, but he's just, one, tired, which is understandable, and two, I don't know if it's due to the fatigue, that he's not trying things that he would do before, but if you look at this game, if you watch this game, how many dribbles did he complete? Very little. 1, 2 max? How many players did he beat off dribble? Very little. He's misplacing a lot of passes. Overall, he's making kind of like the bad decisions that he used to make before. And I'm not trying to bash on him. This doesn't mean that he's a bad player. He's a fantastic player, and this goal shows why he's a good player, because he can have a really bad game and still make a difference in the final score. However, that doesn't mean Ancelotti needs to be starting him every single game. I would not be opposed to Eden Hazard starting, a few games here and there, seeing what he has, because if you look at the grand scheme of the game, Vinicius Jr. didn't do much. It was this one play that made the difference, and that's fantastic. Him and Benzema have a really good understanding between each other, but in the grand scheme of things, Vinicius Jr. is not doing that much for us. Asensio was taken out, and in my opinion, in that moment, I would personally have taken out Vinicius Jr. Now, I know the score and the play that ended up coming to the goal says otherwise. Vinicius Jr. ended up getting the assist. That's fantastic, and I'm super happy about that, but I'm still not going to let that cloud my vision of Vinicius' overall game. I want to hear kind of your opinions on the comments regarding Vinicius Jr., not just his performance today, but overall in this year, this 2022 year. Aside from that, let's talk about man of the match. I think, many people can easily say Karim Benzema because of his goal. I'm personally going to lean towards Thibaut Courtois because I think without him, we would have probably lost this game, in my opinion. There were many chances that Rayo Vallecano could have scored, and if it weren't for those insane reflexes from Thibaut Courtois, then they probably would have put the ball in the back of the net. I think Militao also had a really good game, so I would put Courtois, Militao, and then I'll put Benzema because of his goal. But overall, I don't think Benzema really had that fantastic of a game. However, ESPN or La Liga officially ended up giving the man of the match award to Asensio. So I think Asensio also had a decent game, but I don't know about all that. let me know down in the comments what you think about the man of the match, the things we talked about, Vinicius Jr. And then finally, we obviously get these 3 points. Currently, we have a 9-point gap on Sevilla, which is really, really nice cushion. And especially when you know the fact that Sevilla is playing Real Betis, who's 3rd place in La Liga tomorrow, which is, a huge opportunity for either Sevilla or Real Betis to lose points. Hopefully they tie. I think that would be the ideal result. But if anything that Sevilla drops points, I'd be happy with. Okay, guys, I hope this video didn't run too long. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button. I'm glad that we got the 3 points. It's going to be, it kind of helps our weekend out. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Tomorrow, Barcelona plays against Atletico Bilbao, which is another big game. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later. And as always, a la Madrid.